Hi, did you know MHP Medical Center is in need of surgical caps? And this is the cap that we're going to show. The instructions are on the website, but some people are visual, so we're going to give you a video. And this is the cap, how it closes in the back, the Velcro closing. Okay, first of all, you want 1 yard of fabric, cotton, and this will make two. You would be able to cut out 2 circles, and you would need 2 4-inch by 26.5-inch strip. So here I've got my, and you want to use pinking shears because you want it just to have finish so it won't fray when they do the washing. So here I start out with my strip, and then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch on both ends. And you can see that I have sewed a 1/4 inch on both ends of my strip here. Then you're going to turn that right side out, and you're going to, fix your points in the corners. Be careful not to poke clear through. And then we're going to press it, and you have it pressed. Now you have, this is ready for your Velcro. Now your Velcro, you want a 1 inch of the hook side of the Velcro, and you want 2 3/4 of the loop side. In order to do that, you want to start with your, on one side, you're going to start with the Velcro, the hook side. You want a 1/2 inch from the folded, where you sew your seamed edge, and a 1/4 inch from the folded edge. You're going to sew around this twice. And you want to start kind of in the middle here on the long side. That way when you make that final second row, you can go over it, kind of lock in your stitches. Then you're going to go to your other side, but you want to make sure you flip it over for this side, because you want to be able to, this to make a circle. So you want to check to make sure you're putting it on the right side. So then on this one, you're going to do 1 inch from your seamed edge and a 1/4 inch from your folded edge. There again, starting in the middle, sew around once, sew around twice, and cross over. So now you have that finished. Then you're going to want to put a pin in the middle. You want to mark your middle with a pin. Okay, we can set that aside. Next, you're going to want to make a 20-inch circle. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, how do I make a 20-inch circle? Not to panic. Get in the kitchen and get your plate or pizza pan, and I'll show you how to make it. My pizza pan was 13 inches when I measured the cross. Therefore, I needed 7 more inches to make 20. So you divide that 7 in half, which is 3.5. Then you take where you drew your line or your pizza pan on your fabric, I drew, and then I added a 3.5, and I went all the way around, and then I was able to get my 20-inch circle. From that, I pinned it onto my fabric, and I cut out my 20-inch circle, and I did use my pinking shears because I want a finished edge. Okay, so then you're going to want to mark on this 4 inches, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch, this is just a 1/4 inch seam from here to here. Then you're going to take your fabric, and after you sewed that 1/4 inch, you're going to fold it on that 1/4 inch thread. This is just a quick, easy way to get a finished edge. And then you're going to top stitch that 1/8 of an inch from your folded over edge, and don't forget to back stitch. Now on that, it looks like when you get done, you can see the finished edge. You can see where I've sewed it and everything, and you can see along here where that seam where I used it to fold. So after that, you're going to want to take that, and you're going to take your circle, and you're going to fold that from your 4 inches there. Find the center on your circle on the other side. Halfway point, I guess, is a good way of saying it. And I put a pin there. Then you're going to start sewing. Don't forget gathering stitches, and don't forget to change it get to a gathering stitch, which is a longer stitch, I do 4.5. 3/8 of an inch, I sew all the way around to the other side. Then I come back and I do a 1/4 inch all the way around to the other side. And make sure you leave tails so you have some thread to gather by. The next we're ready to gather. And when you're gathering, I always use the underside for pulling, and you just start pulling from there. Now you can see here that I have pulled this, and I pulled to my pin point. You know, my pin was over here, and so I pulled this side to this pin, and then I pulled this side. And when you're pulling that, you just got to take your time until you get it all over there, because you don't want to break your thread. Then you'd have to take out and start over. Excuse me. Then you're going to want to take your band that we have over here. We are going to pin it onto the cap. And you can see that I have already started pinning mine. And I start with the loop end of my Velcro, and I put it at the 4 inch, the end of the 4 inch, so you got this much loose, and I pin it. I usually start at the center, and I pin my way back down here to this pin here, and you're just spreading out your gathers to fit that space. There again, you go to the other side, and where you have the hook side of your thing, of your band, pin that on, and you gather it and get it all in. Next, you are going to start with, I always start on this side, and I sew 3/8 of an inch, and don't forget to turn back to your normal stitching length, because you don't want gathering stitches. And you're going to sew 3/8 of an inch all the way around to this one pin, okay? We're leaving this open. Then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch all the way around. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your cap and you're going to press, or not press, but you're going to kind of hand press, I guess, your seam toward the band. And then we're going to start at the end of our Velcroed in with the loop in and a 1/4 inch. And you're going to sew, making sure you keep your checking to make sure that you've got that seam caught in the band. So you sew all the way to the end of your hook end. So therefore, when you get done, you've got your cap. Here's your 4 inches again that we were talking about, and you can then they can put that cap on and wear it at whatever size they need. So this is how you make a surgical cap. We thank you for making these for MHP Medical Center. Thank you.